Have you ever felt like you went to the doctor and while they gave you a ton of really great information, you wish that they just could sit down for 1 or 2 minutes and just talk mano a mano, just explain to you really what is going on with your shoulder? If you've ever heard the terms rotator cuff, rotator cup, maybe that's what it sounded like when you first heard it, impingement syndrome, or that you had weakness in your rotator cuff, I'm here today to tell you just a little bit more about what exactly that might mean. First, I want you to take a hand and make a cup with your left hand. And this is going to be representative of your shoulder blade, and that's that kind of bony part right back here on the back of your shoulder. Then I want you to make a fist with your right hand, and that is going to be the ball or the head of your humerus, and your forearm is going to be your arm bone. And those areas are just right here, kind of the ball of your humerus and your arm bone or your humerus right there. So what you're going to do, again, take a cup with your left hand and a fist with your right hand and put them together in the area kind of right by your palm. And what I want you to notice is that space between the top of your fist and your fingertips. That space is representative of the amount of space in your joint, in your shoulder joint. And the interesting part about this is kind of right where my rings are, there are tendons and muscles that actually go over the top of your fist or your humerus, and they are part of your rotator cuff. And why the rotator cuff is so important is it's a group of 4 muscles, and what they do is essentially act as a suction cup. And that suction cup kind of pulls the head of the humerus into your palm or the shoulder blade, and then it pulls it down. And if you notice, that space between my fingertips and the top of my fist actually increased. I'm going to do that one more time. You guys do it with me. You're going to put your fist into the palm of your hand, and then you're going to pull it down, and that space is going to increase. And why that is so important is because once you raise your arm, the head of the humerus actually slides down so that there's still a little bit of space in between your fingers and your fist. If your rotator cuff is injured, gets really tired, or is no longer working properly, what it's going to do is it's not going to pull that head of the humerus down as well. So what it's going to do is it's going to kind of creep up, and then what will happen is that tendon that's on the top of your fist is going to bump into your fingertips, and that tendon is going to kind of get grind down, and time over time, every time you raise your arm, it's going to be knocking into the bottom of your acromion or your fingertips, and your body is going to respond with inflammation and pain and discomfort, and you're not going to be able to do the things that you really enjoy doing, like putting a shirt on. Everyone likes to put a shirt on, or reach up to the top part of the cupboards, or play baseball, play tennis, do overhead lifting activities, things like that. It's going to limit you in doing the things that you love. And what I want the most right now and right here is for you to just understand a little bit more about your body so that you can make good choices and really enjoy living in this body that we were given. So again, the rotator cuff is so important because it sits the head of your humerus and allows there to be space every time you raise your arm so that you're not knocking the top of those tendons every single time you go to reach for something. I hope that you found this helpful. If you feel like you got some information from this that was valuable, please share it with a friend who maybe wants to learn a little bit more about their shoulder, is having shoulder pain, or is just interested in knowing a little bit more about how the body works.